All right, welcome back to the Deep Dig, a sports pod. It's your host, Drew, and
what's up? I'm D.
So let's just dig right into it. Zach Wilson has some stories coming out of New York. Apparently, his girl left him for a former teammate of his, but that's not where the story ends. Were you following along what was happening?
Yeah. So there was a little bit of, rumors spread around the mill. So I actually seen this tweet come across that I believe it was an equipment manager from the Jets had commented on so apparently Zach Wilson's girlfriend left him for his best friend and former BYU wide receiver. And he posted about it on Instagram. And the Jets equipment manager went on and said, I don't know what's a bigger joke, your love life or your NFL career. So major burn.
That's brutal. That's career burn right there.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one.
That's because, okay, if this guy doesn't produce on an NFL field, that's what his career is remembered for now. That's it. When you think of, you're not even think of his name. You're just going to think of that guy that got burned like that.
I even think his name is like Dax.
Yeah. But, I think it's Dax Milne or something like that.
Yeah. So, well, then that happens, but, and the girlfriend is getting like roasted on Instagram as well. And, she claps back after someone calls her a homie hopper. And is like, well, at least I'm not Zach. Zach is over there hooking up with his mom's best friend. That's a real homie hopper. So everyone jumped on that. As you can tell, there was a lot of Cougar jokes going around.
Yeah, I mean, the tea was flowing this week. And I think it's weird that there's this mom thing coming out. Like, I think there was an NBA player that got drafted and it was showing his friend like hugged up with the mom. That was like trending too. So a lot of moms' friends out there are moms, trying to get that money.
I mean, look at LaMelo too. LaMelo's
bag chasers.
LaMelo is with an older woman.
Yeah, like double his age.
So,
and I mean, PJ Washington got the Bernie Renner treatment. So this isn't like some profound thing that goes on. I mean, these Cougars are out there. These young guys got to get their head on right. Got to know what's going on in the game. I mean, at least he kept it kind of in the family. Like it's a friend of the family. It's a friend. It's a mom's best friend. So like, I'm sure they're cool. They're cool with what happened.
Be aware, New York. Cougars are on the prowl.
I just didn't know BYU's like this, man. BYU's different, I guess.
Instead of Mormons, it's more moms.
Hey, thanks for clicking on this video and watching this far. Sorry to interrupt, but just want to let you know if you could like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. It would really help us out. All right, thanks. Now, here's us again. But yeah, do you feel bad for Zach Wilson at all? Like with this New York media and Twitter media, like kind of exposing his life like this?
I mean, you feel bad for him because his girlfriend left him for his best friend. So that's messed up. But I mean, as far as like him liking Cougars, I mean, that's all good for him.
Yeah. I mean, you like what you like. Can't knock him for that. I mean, This isn't like a Deshaun situation where there's like something potentially bad going on. It's just like, if he hooked up with a mom or his mom's friend, oh well, they happen. Yep. It's out there now. It's out there in the ether. It's going to be with him all season. He might actually have boosted Jets attendance by getting that crowd of older women to come to the games now. This is marketing at its finest. All right, moving on. All right, with all the news surrounding like Seattle's quarterback situation, I think the hype has kind of died down on the Broncos' new quarterback, Russell Wilson, until a picture came out. I think this is just like gossip week, man. I mean, Russ, Zach Wilson, this shit's crazy right now. A picture comes out of Russ, and there was questions about him like last season about if he came in shape, like how was his body during the season. Everyone's saying he's looking a little thicker, and this photo comes out. I'll put it up right now, and you've seen this photo, right?
Yeah.
He's looking a little thick. What are your thoughts on this picture?
I mean, they were saying that last year that he was, coming in a little bit heftier, but a lot of people were saying that it was because he just didn't want to be there in Seattle anymore. So he just kind of let it go. James hardened. But I mean, if you can see in this picture, like even I think because he's a more like stocky, compact guy, that like any weight fluctuation looks like significant to him. He does look he looks pretty hefty in this picture.
Yeah, he's looking heavy. I mean, you're right. When these taller quarterbacks, they could put on a couple pounds. You don't really see it. But with his height, his build, he puts on a little bit of weight and you see it. It's literally like there. You know he's a great athlete. He's a great quarterback. Like maybe this is just a bad picture, like bad angle. And
but it's not even
in
like
the moment.
It's like he's super chunky out of weight. Like it's like, do I see like a couple abs there? It's like a kind of
it's like buff guy fat.
Yeah. So
it's that like
bulking and he's about to start slimming down, playing himself.
You got to get
like
the fat slab of marble.
Yeah.
Where you can chisel it into a little masterpiece right there.
He's gonna play like the Luka, like play himself into shape,
I mean, we'll see. He didn't look in great shape last season, but
he had no motivation to play.
You think Russell Wilson has that James Harden mentality of just packing it in?
I don't think necessarily it's him. I think like he's surrounded himself with like Sierra in Team 3, and I guess last year they were telling him, "Let's get out of here."
I mean, that Team 3 chef is pretty vocal, so I mean, I think he's feeding him good. So
yeah,
we're seeing the results of that.
I don't see like quit in Russ, but I think it's more.
Could this be signs of like the end of his career where he's kind of like, what do I have to prove? I'm gonna roll out there, and however I play is how I play. Like I already know I'm good.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah, I think him rolling into Denver and that team in general has had this air of confidence of like, we're here, we know we're gonna be good. When they haven't proven anything. A lot of people like crown them as like one of the top 3 teams in the league when this trade happened. And I don't know. I'm a skeptic. I'm kind of like, I believe it when I see it. Like, let me get halfway through the season and see what this team is. It's like the Raiders. Like everyone is like, oh, they're back. They're great. And last year when they were winning, I was like, every week I can't trust like putting money on this team. They're just a team that I know falls apart at times. So until I see like a playoff run or a good 8-game stretch, like I'm not really a believer.
Yeah, and 2, because like the Raiders went through so much adversity, it's like, okay, well, maybe this year with starting from a clean slate with a new coach and reinvigorated, maybe like I could see the hype behind the Raiders. But with this Broncos team, it's like, all right, you have a first-time head coach, you have Russ, who's coming off one of the worst years of his career, and then you have a team of just unproven guys. So it's like, what is the spark here that makes me feel good about them?
I mean, Big Russ, right?
Big Russ.
Big Russ. All right. Last thing we're going to get into really quick. So there was reports that Jimmy G, the Bucks had interest in trading him. Jeremy Fowler came out and said that was not true. The Bucks were not interested. And now there's this buzz going around that the Seahawks are actually watching film on Jimmy, looking into it. What do you think is happening with this Jimmy G thing and all this like rumors coming out about him now?
So hopefully he's traded by the end of the month, like everyone says, like the reports are saying right now. But the Bucks, I 100% saw that as a smokescreen to see, hey, let's float it out there and let's see who is really involved with Jimmy G. But there was no way that, I even told you this before, there was no way that Tom Brady, who he was like, hey, it's either me or Jimmy. And if it's going to be me, you need to get Jimmy off this Patriots team. There was no way he was going to have him back him up again. I mean, we've seen Tom, he does like former teammates, but I don't see Jimmy G with him at the Kentucky Derby with Jacoby Brissett, So it's just one of those things. I did not see that as a possibility. Now moving on to the Seahawks, if we can get anything out of them between I'd be even happy with the 4th round pick. That would be chef's kiss.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, a 4th round pick would be a very high trade value for Jimmy right now. I think the Bucks thing was total bullshit. The Seahawks thing to me is kind of bullshit. I think this is the 49ers leaking stories to kind of boost up Jimmy G interest, because I don't think any team is interested. I don't see a spot where he can go. I think the Seahawks really are committed to just rolling with Drew Lock and bottoming out this season if they have to. Well, maybe I think the front office of the Seahawks is really ready to bottom out. Pete Carroll maybe has it in his head that he thinks they can compete. But once the season starts rolling, I mean, unless Drew Lock turns into this great quarterback, which I like Drew Lock. I've always been a Drew Lock guy, but I don't think he has the ability to carry this team with the talent they have. So this team is going to start bottoming out. And I don't think they want to pay any price for Jimmy. I mean, I would gladly take the Baker deal, the $5 million, the 5th draft pick with a potential to go up to what, a 3rd?
I don't know the conditions on that, but then they also took a conditional a good portion of his cap too.
Yeah, that's the difference with Jimmy and Baker. Jimmy has a bigger contract. That is he going to swallow 12 mil of that? How much is Jimmy willing to take off? And which team needs a quarterback right now? I mean, there's a Dolphins connection with there, but would they they already have Jacoby and Tua? Teams that need a quarterback that come to mind are Atlanta, Carolina. That's already been solved. Atlanta seems like they're content with Mariota. I don't see. Yeah, Detroit, but they have the highest paid offense in the league. Did you know that?
Holy shit.
They have the highest payroll on offense in the whole league.
No way.
Yeah. So that's out. I think this was a game of musical chairs, and the chairs got filled and Jimmy's left standing. We're going to end up cutting him, and that's okay. Let's just move on.
Yeah. And I think every other team knows that. And they're like, okay, well, why would I give you X pick when I know you're just going to cut him and I'm going to sign him back for way less? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but my thing is too, who's that team? Who's the team that is just wait till Jimmy G gets cut? Because if there was that team, this deal would have been done yesterday, the day before, a week ago. It would have been done.
But you don't think let's say
you don't think a team? Sorry, you don't think a team would have given up a 5th round pick, 4th round pick by now if they believed in Jimmy as their quarterback next year?
I think where it's the money, and the 49ers are pretty hard stance. I don't think they're going to want to pay anything, but they're just want to trade him. You know what I mean? And a team is going to be like, all right, well, Jimmy Garoppolo for even 20 mil. No, I'm going to take Jimmy Garoppolo for 5 mil. I'll take Jimmy Garoppolo for 7. You know what I mean? And I think that's where the disparity is.
And that's the thing.
The trade market and the open market.
And that's the thing. If the Niners wait until just before the start of the regular season, they can cut him. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's still different rumors of the way his contract is set up, but the main thing I've been hearing is his contract is not guaranteed once at the end of training camp, at the end of preseason, and we can cut him and get out of that deal. But then you don't get anything for him. So the Niners seem hard stance on, we're getting value for Jimmy G. We're getting something back. So it's either eat that $25 million that you owe him, the Niners, or cut him and just cut your losses, move on.
I think
because I don't think we're getting a trade.
Yeah, I think they should cut him.
I think that'd be best.
But did you see the report that they're like, hey, no, we're not cutting Jimmy G?
I mean, it's all a report until your back's against the wall. You got to make a decision. The best motivator is a deadline. So regular season is the deadline.
Here we go, people.
All right, that's all we got this week. Cool chilling with y'all. Later.
You made it all the way through this video. We really appreciate it. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and follow for more. And feel free to check out some of these videos and subscribe to it.